Nigeria is famous for its natural landmarks, which provide fantastically beautiful scenery. In terms of population, projected estimates in 2022 revealed that Nigeria is inhabited by a little over 225 million people, out of which 49.23% are women. However, in spite of the significant women population in Nigeria, it is regrettable that the living condition of women have been aggravated by gender economic inequality, which has invariably trapped many women in the infamy of abject poverty. Although some progress have been made over the years, there is still an enormous task ahead in order to achieve economic equality between women and men. In an effort to bring about a paradigm shift in the lives of vulnerable and economic active poor women, the Development Exchange Center rolled out a systematic approach in order to empower women to improve their living conditions and status through integrated community development initiatives. Established in 1987, the Development Exchange Center, DEC, is a membership-based women-focused non-governmental organization that started as a forum to exchange development ideas among local women groups with a vision towards having a society with equitable opportunities for sustainable development.
Development Exchange Center started far back, over 30 years ago. It started all about as a result of a kind of a work that was done by Canadian universities overseas. They came to Nigeria, and 2 of them were posted to Bauchi State. And in Bauchi State, they went to Amphia, which is part of the Ministry of Education. When they came there, they realized that so many men, yes, are participating in educational activities. But where are the women? Now they said, okay, they need to set up a center. And the center was born, and that's the name, Development Exchange Center.
Over the years, Development Exchange Center, DEC, has pursued its mission through various capacity building programs, including functional adult education, vocational skills development, livelihood and resilience, sexual and reproductive health education, water, sanitation and sustainable environment, democracy and good governance, and the microcredit service. Currently, DEC is present in 24 states and the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria, operating through 32 area offices that oversee 131 business units. Development Exchange Center, DEC, through the Social Services Unit, has impacted 422 communities in the areas of economic empowerment, education, environment, health, and good governance. In the area of economic empowerment, 3,665 women were trained on vocational skills, while the VSLA groups generated 34.4 million naira. Furthermore, about 36,398 farmers were supported with fertilizer. In the area of education, 10,332 girls were enrolled into formal schools, while 4,349 women received adult literacy classes. Meanwhile, in the area of health, about 5,420 women had safe delivery and 454 traditional birth attendants were trained. DEC has also made remarkable impact in the area of environment by providing access to safe water to 161,500 people, as well as the distribution of 422,754 tree seedlings. Moreover, 2,560 toilets were constructed and 3,015 hygiene club kids trained. In an effort to promote good governance, 1,320 female politicians as well as 95 CBOs were trained on conflict management. Samuel B. Yalmison, the head of the Social Service Department, speaks on the thematic areas of his department.
The Programs Department, which is also known as the Social Service Department, is operating under 5 thematic areas. One, we have the Economic and Empowerment Unit. We have the Good Governance and Peace Building Unit. We have the Education Unit. We have the Environment Unit. And then we have the Health Unit. So these are the 5 thematic areas where the Programs Department is working with.
Since its establishment in 1987, Development Exchange Center have executed an array of developmental programs which have been well received by the target beneficiaries through one of its most veritable and viable area of intervention, the microcredit service. With microcredit presence in 23 states of Nigeria and 131 microfinance branches, DEC has reached about 157,506 microcredit active borrowers.
In the loans category, we have the small loans that are provided for small business owners. We have the small entrepreneur loan, also meant for women who are into like productions. We have the agri loans, it's also in different categories. We also have the on-lending loans made to support, or rather meant to support other CBOs. We also have in place for our clients what we call the consumption loan. Basically, it's meant to support them in, apart from the business loan, they can also access the assets loan, they can access education loan. Over the years, we have touched over 1 million lives, with the product and services in offer.
Over the years, Development Exchange Center, with funding from Bread for the World, have been implementing numerous programs across various states in Nigeria aimed at impacting the lives of economic active poor women, especially through the microcredit program. In the journey so far, what are the impacts of DEC's intervention and the resultant behavioral change in the lives of the beneficiaries? This is one fundamental question this documentary program is set out to answer. In the pristine Udi Hills of the coal city state of Enugu, Nigeria, DEC have made tremendous impacts in the lives of her microcredit beneficiaries. Mrs. Joy Eze and Mrs. Benita are microcredit clients. They speak on the life-changing impact of the program.
Before I met DEC, life is so sluggish. See the machine we are using before. You will use your leg, you will get tired. Doing a small amount of work, you will be exhausted. The business has been going until DEC entered into our state. They assisted us in giving me loan. The first loan I collected is 200,000 naira in 2018. I started procuring machines like my industrial machines, beading machines, industrial sewing. As you can see it, there are 2 here. And apart from that, I started having more apprentices. Even those that are doing industrial attachments, they are here with us. We used to sew clothes now and post it to overseas. Those in overseas, they used to patronize us. We sew, package everything and send it to them. In fact, it's after God is DEC.
I started learning this skill in 2020. After the lockdown, we could not go back to school, so I had to find something to do. So I started. Then when school resumed, I had to go back. Then during ASU strike, I came back again. And I'm about to complete it because the strike has been called off. Well, I'm going back to school with the hopes of making loads of money from my friends and my classmates because I've acquired the skill. I appreciate DEC for coming into my madam's life and changing it positively, for touching her life so she could touch mine in turn.
Tupu mụ na ha amalụ, otu a ka anyị si na-azụ nwayọ little obere ego anyị ji anyị were ya gote, obere ego anyị ji anyị were ya gote. tupu anyị meetizie DEC na 2019 maka tata ma mmadụ onye na-aga m na ahịa nna azụ ọ bụrụ ndị oyibo sị gị nọ one stop shop and DEC ka m buolu ihe niile bunye in short ha dị ka in short ụmụnne m ka ha bụ ụmụnne m the spirit mahụmụ obi ha ji enye ya ọ dị m ka ya bụ obi na-eji akwụ ya. I'm grateful. Ọ bụla oyibo ọ sị gị na in short enweghịzi m nsogbu ọbụla enweghị m nsogbu otu ọbụla asịkwa mebi otu ọbụla ahịa siga ego ọbụla ha nyeghị nkwanye ya n'ahịa ifugo ka ebe a dị ifugo ihe dị n'ime ebe a kịta alụrụ almost ihe na 7 million naira gold ya. DEC bụ the cheapest the interest now kacha wee interest ha kacha wee dị ihe na.
From the coal city to the vast plain land of Yola in Adamawa State, DEC have shown great tenacity towards their avowed commitment to empower economic active poor women. The women could not hide their joy as they speak on the tremendous impact of the intervention.
Muna yin sana'a a cikin lokacin zamanin wuya muna yi da hannu muna matsa muna kan yi sai mun zo mun ji labari kungiyar DEC sai muka ce mu ma kawo mana garinmu sai aka kawo mana garinmu muka zo muka fara da 10,000 da muka fara da 10,000 mu yi shi mu gama mu karbi 20 mu karbi 30 har Allah ya yi na zo na karbi ya kai 40 sai na sai injin matsa muka ci gaba da yin matsa muna matsa da hakan har Allah ya buɗa mana hanya da muka samu cin gaba muka ɗebi mata muna aiki da su sannan Allah ya bamu kuma na yi aure wa yaro na aura na gina masa gida a ciki na saya masa mashin ina taimaka makaranta wa yara kuma muna taimaka noma hanyar su je gona ana saya musu magani gaskiya sana'a na ya karu fiye da nada sosai
gaskiya lokacin rayuwa na yana nan yayana suna makaranta a gwamnati mu kuma muna nan a gidan haya muna nan dai muna tafiya dai muna rayuwa dai gaskiya sai a hankali alhamdulillah na shiga cikin Jimeta sai na samu wata mata sai take min hiran DEC to a cikin hiran DEC din ne sai na ce mata ni ma ina so in shiga sai na fara karban 10,000 a hankali dai har muka dan yi nisa na fara sayan mashin mai kafa 2 daga mashin mai kafa 2 kuma sai muka zo dai muka fara har keke na pep an hana mai kafa 2 din yanzu keke na guda 4 ne muna nan muna lallabawa da shi su ma kuma suna dan samun abincin su akai suna dan rayuwar su da matan su daga wanda suke cikin gidan haya yau sun samu na kansu ma su ma duka a garkashin mu alhamdulillah ina nan ina kiwon kajin muna dan yin shi ne dai shi din bai yi karfi sosai ba amma muna yi kuma ina son hada ma da raguna sai dai mai gida ba lafiya amma alhamdulillah a cikin haka ina sama mana abinci ina jinyansa duka dai cikin wannan ba damuwa komai alhamdulillah rayuwa dai yanzu kan gaskiya irin wancan tsananin rayuwa da muke ciki yanzu babu
mi don wada lumo mi wada lumo sai Allah hoddiri ni yan asar e mota dillidi e kare am mi jodi ni wala kare sai Allah hoddiri goddo mi odon der DEC sai o yewti andano kawari do yewti andano kawari daga ba mi yew haro mako o holli e wuro e du watta DEC sai nassumi mi fuddiri 20,000 daga 20 30 40 50 har 450 mi sodi kayan tebur mi don wada kayan tebur e dun dilla mi medi sodugo ngari de ngailiti mi fudduti mi sodumi machine bai bo Allah barkini e der non dun ken mi sodumi iriri galayi ngawarti 10 Allah barkidin de min don gidi de Allah barkidin de wadani min jungo min kebi wadi barka min nazzi bingel an der makaranta mi don yobira der don dum min don nyama der don min dema der don min bo'ina e baade der don nyawwari der don min gatta ko ummi pat der don min gadata dum.
In Niger, Nigeria's largest state, the story of the colossal impact of DEC's intervention is no different. The inspiring testimonies of the clients speaks volumes of the massive impact they derived from the microcredit services.
To,
tun daga na mi da na da ke na mi da alheri kama bona na mi luna alheri na shi mi je bona be mi tuwe ba biyu mi shi fridge biyu mi shi engine biyu tuwe mimi wa kper be pai be na mi da na ba ya gani be unce be ma alheri make ke da gboro na mi wa gani ga ajiya mi na cin gaba mi ake lo gboro biyu na zai ji fiye na da ke na alheri na ja je bona ade alheri kama bo amma ji kwata lawo mi amma mi dele sashi biyayin bona sashi ji shi ji so ke ji kafana ke gujana ke zoji na ke ate mi ji zuna aji alheri gani biyu ya tiga ciga ga na mi waga mi gana ga tun daga na mi yawanci ngo daga jikashi sun arube da guba arube da gutanci lo gboro na mi wa ga mi aga etubo bona ji kesaran na mi wa maladiya na.
What a man can do, a woman can do even better. This is literally the case of Hajia Halima Bala, a female local broker residing in Kaduna State. She started as a furniture broker, but today she is a proud furniture manufacturer and an industrious entrepreneur.
Gaskiya tsakani da Allah mun sha gwagwarmaya kungiyar da alhamdulillah saboda kungiyar nan in na ce ban samu ta inda nake so bane ƙarya Allah ya taimaka ana dan babba mu kuɗi har na sai gida da wannan kungiya sai in je ɗakin mace in sai gado da katifa na hannu in zo in siyar in ci 1000 in ci 2000 wani ma in ci 500 to sai ubangijin Allah ya taimake ni yanzu gashi da kaina ake buga min shi a gida zan je in siyo komai da komai sai a zo cikin gidan nan a buga min shi sai kowa da kowa ya zo ya ringa siye na gaya muku na siya gida ina noma da wannan kuɗin ina bukukuwan ƴan uwana da ƴaƴana da wannan kuɗin wallahi ba abin da zamu ce ma wannan kungiya mai albarka sai dai Allah ya ƙara mata buɗi buri ne yanzu Allah ya bani iko in shiga kamfanin katifa sababbi su nake buri kullum ina roƙon Allah ya kai ni wannan matsayi.
Similarly, Mrs. Gloria Yusuf is a widow also residing in Kaduna. She shares her story on how Dex microcredit loan has liberated her out of the shackles of abject poverty.
Kasuwanci na ya ci gaba kuma ta wurin Dex din na samu injin nika guda 3 kuma mata da yawa na ba su shawara an suna neman kudi sun ce musu akwai Dex akwai wani kudi da ana ba da shi na Dex yana da kyau kuma ga interest nasu bai yawa ba yana taimakon mata saboda ta wurin da na karba kudin na amfani da shi na yin adashe wurin nake biya ma yara na kudin makaranta kudin gida kamin Allah ya zo ya bani gidana ina zama a gidan kaina.
In an interview with DEC's clients in Cross River, one of the most peaceful and tourism-friendly state in Nigeria, their testimonies leave no one in doubt of DEC's avowed commitment to improve the living conditions of women.
DEC has done a lot to me. From when things were so difficult with me, I knew them. I started business with them. I have done so many things that I cannot even tell. I have even moved to another step of me having a parking store that at least I can store my goods. I have moved and I have raised my building through DEC. My children was not going to school, as in when I left my husband's home. But through DEC, when they started this empowerment with me, I now return my children back to school. All this is the powers of DEC.
The impact of DEC's microcredit intervention in Plateau State is indeed phenomenal. The story of Mrs. Tina, who transforms waste to wealth, is quite impressive. With access to DEC's microcredit facility, Mrs. Tina Sunday ventured into the production of animal feed using industrial waste product of soybean. Consequently, the socio-economic status of Tina has changed from that of an unemployed, poor widow to a proud employer of labor.
Akwai supply da ake yi a company, in sun cire kuran sai mu yi aiki. Wannan mix da muna kawo buntun shinkafa, mun zuba, mun kawo garin ɗorowa, mun zuba, mun kawo dos na masara, mun zuba, sai mun mix, in mun mix nashi, sai mun sayar ma masu aladu. Masu shanu ma suna saya. Na saya injin nika guda 3. na siya moto ya kai 3 kuma na biya masu kudin makaranta a cikin kudin ku na biya masu makaranta kun ba don ku ba da baran iya ba.
Gombe State is referred to as the jewel in the savannah. Undoubtedly, DEC's microcredit scheme is indeed a priceless jewel in the hearts of many of the microcredit clients as they testify to the tremendous impact of the scheme.
Na fara da kasuwanci, ina aiki dama ban da shago na salon. Ina yi ne gida-gida ko kuma ina zo a kofar gida idan na samu. Da na samu labarin DEC, na je na enroll lokacin ana biya 5,500 ne. Ana biyan 5,500 na karɓa da hankali na fara har na samu shago, har na buɗe shago, har na ci gaba da kasuwanci na kuma ga kasuwanci yanzu ya bunkasa. Ƙannena sanadin DEC yanzu kowace ta aure na buɗe mata shago. Akwai yaran yayuna da na adopting wanda da orphans na kawo su wajena na koya musu sana'a. Burina a rayuwa yanzu ina so in ga na fi yanda nake yanzu.
Kafin samu DEC ni ban taɓa riƙe 1,000 mallakan kaina ba. Ina ɗan jaurana dai haka nan ɗan kayan miya da shauransu ina ɗan ƙuƙulawa. Sai aka zo lokacin da muka samu aka kawo mana DEC muka je muka sa hannu aka tallafa aka ba mu 10,000. Ni da ban taɓa riƙe 1,000 ba na mallaki 10,000 a lokacin nan. To a farko lokacin sana'an da na fara sai na je na ɗauki man gyaɗa na sayi ƙarago sai na zo na fara juyawa. To alhamdulillahi a hakan da nake yi har ya zo ya bunƙasa ni ne na zo nake da na sayi injin ina amfani da injin ya zo a yanzu haka ina da shanaye na yi gida mallakan kai na kashi 2 ina da shago da wannan harka na DEC na yi karatun yarana sun yi makaranta sun gama.
In addition to DEC's grand achievements in the area of microcredit services, DEC has also performed above board in the area of skills acquisition through the establishment of skills acquisition training centers. For instance, in the capital city of Bauchi State, one of the beneficiaries who benefited from the skill acquisition program is Mrs. Gusham Kennedy, whom has not only established her business, but also trained others to be self-reliant. From what you have seen so far in this documentary program, it is indeed apparent that DEC is stepping in the right direction, as it has undoubtedly empowered clients, which has consequently stirred social behavioral change that has enabled them to salvage themselves, their families, and communities from abysmal misery. Over the years, Development Exchange Center DEC has worked in partnership with various non-governmental organizations and donor agencies to achieve its objectives. Therefore, Development Exchange Center is ever ready for more partnerships and support from development partners, government and non-governmental organizations to do much more in empowering women and impacting communities.